Now, today, the world marks International Day of Persons with Disabilities, which was proclaimed in 1992 by the United Nations to help mobilize global support for critical issues relating to the inclusion of persons with disabilities. Now, these issues have a particular urgency this year, I'd say, given the coronavirus pandemic. And one Israeli organization that has been dealing with them for decades is called Beit, Issie, Shapiro. Well, joining us now is Ahmir Lerner, its CEO. Ahmir, thanks for joining us. Tell us a little about your organization, briefly, what it does and how it contributes to the issue of inclusion of people with disabilities.
Thank you. Our mission, to keep it simple, is to create a more inclusive society with equal rights and opportunities for people with disabilities. But we approach this in a pretty unique way by, first of all, trying to identify needs that need innovative solutions, and then working to create these solutions and implement them and research about them in both our centers, in Ra'anana and in Kalanswa. But the main effort we do is to create social change on a more of a global level by taking what we've learned and repackaging it in a way where we can train it in all different countries in the world. And we've been working in over 30 countries like China, South Africa, Canada, the USA, and others, and trying to train as many people in the models that we developed. To date, we've trained over 90,000 disability professionals in Israel and worldwide. And that's why we've also been chosen as the UN Special Consultant for People with Disabilities in 2012. Sorry.
All right, and I want to ask you about the importance of International Day of Persons with Disabilities and raising this awareness. And I know your organization did something sort of special to market in related to a famous children's show.
Yes, we did. Well, today is specifically important because it does give the world a day to focus on the issue of people with disabilities, and not only the legislation which the UN is promoting, but also this discussion, this conversation, just like the one we're having, which I hope is happening all around the world. And one special thing we did today is we invited Sivan to our special education school. Sivan is a Muppet, the first Muppet on a wheelchair, and Beit Issie Shapiro was involved in its creation many years ago together with the Sesame Workshop. And Sivan was speaking to all the children and making conversations about their disabilities and about the challenges they're facing.
Right.
And this is very important for us because it gives an opportunity for the children to be upfront.
We have a clip of that. I just would like to show a clip of that if we can.
Oh, great.
My name is Avital.
Brian.
I'll tell you the truth, it's my first time in Beit Issie Shapiro. So what is this place?
This place is my school.
Your friends are going with walker or with wheelchairs or by foot?
Everybody goes different.
Do you know there is now the coronavirus?
Yes, I know.
And do you have a mask?
Yes, I do.
Ah, yes. I have a mask too. Do you want to give like a elbows hug? Okay, elbows kiss. Kiss.
I want to ask you, there's a woman named Odelia Fitoussi who just became the first Israeli elected to represent Israel on the UN Committee on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. It's so rare when Israelis achieve anything at the United Nations like that. What does it mean for the disabilities community in Israel, that achievement?
Well, first of all, we're very proud, and we've worked a lot together with Odelia on all kinds of joint commissions that we sit on. And I think, first of all, it'll help Israel promote things that we're doing in Israel around the world. But more than that, it will be demanding of Israel to live to the standards that we speak of. And I hope Israel will also take a big stride forward through all the work that Odelia will be doing.
Right. And just very briefly, what's the main challenge you'd like to see Israel take on in the issue of inclusion of disability? Just give me one quick example.
I'll give you a very high-level answer to that. I think what we need right now is a cohesive and comprehensive strategic plan as a country to deal with the issue of disabilities, and not just on a level of specific services and things that require more attention, more of a wider outlook on everything that's required.
I absolutely agree with you. And however, there are many issues beyond even that one that Israel, this country needs some kind of comprehensive national strategy that's followed through. But certainly that is the kind of thing we should be focusing on today, which is the International Day of persons with disabilities. I want to thank you for joining us, Ahmir Lerner from Beit, Issie, Shapiro, on our broadcast today.